Back with another episode of Creative Conversations. That's the title. Decided that's the title. I'm here with.
Big brr, big rose. What's poppin'?
You got anything else to say to the people? You're gonna tell them about yourself.
Sure, I can tell you anything you want to
Actually,
know.
actually, let me start with myself because everyone knows why they're really here. They know who they're here to really see. It's me. I'm back again. Obviously, the channel name has changed. Everyone knows that already, but don't worry, it's still the same me, looking a bit different. The GOAT, the original.
Excuse me.
They don't.
Anyways, big rose, big brr, big rose official.
Oh yeah, I
If you
forgot
must
to
know.
say original deals. Oh, sorry. You know what? I'm a little bit rusty.
A little
I know my
bit.
co-host, obviously, gonna work her into the game slowly. I know she's out here, It, nah, I'm playing. Nah, sorry. That's last time.
Anywho, always smooth, always on time. Wink.
You know what? I'll give it a bit. I'm so happy she said that. She walked herself into it. You
Anyways,
know what?
no.
The setting's different. I just want all of you guys to realize this. This is not how the usual setup would be. Her idea, you know what, will be it. It's a great idea. I'm enjoying the concept. I'm not gonna lie. This is something new, something I have wanted to try. But you know what? We should have been in an actual studio. I've got some
Well,
content
you know
done for
what?
you
Let's
guys.
embrace it outside. First of all, embracing nature, oxygen, life. It's great, it's amazing. We've got a beautiful view. Obviously, other than us, you can't see the view that we have right now, but beautiful view,
Nah, I'm not
right?
gonna lie. I'll give a
And,
view.
why not be outside, right? Sometimes it's good to, shift gears,
Fair enough. Yeah, out there. Don't be stuck
update the
inside.
program. It's not, don't always, sometimes sticking to the plan leaves you stuck,
Spontaneous.
You've got to be spontaneous
So
sometimes.
you know
what I mean?
what? See,
Gotta
women,
switch it up.
because it's her idea.
I think
It's spontaneous. And not that it was planned beforehand, that it was planned beforehand. But because it's spontaneous, it's a good idea. Just because, she thought about it out of the blue. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I understand.
it's a great idea.
And also we're outside, like you said, I'm not gonna lie. This day and age, it's nice to be outside of everything going on. You don't want to be spending your time inside, consuming all of this media.
And that's where we should stop. We was locked up, right?
True. Oh, lockdown. Fair enough. Okay, COVID. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to cut out. You're gonna basically bleep it. But yeah, we can't say COVID.
Who said that?
YouTube will bleep it. Like
Okay.
they'll bleep it out because it's offensive or something like that. COVID was mad. Oh, I said it again.
Okay, cool. They will bleep it.
We'll call it CV.
What?
Call it CV.
Really? Anyway, so that was a period, crazy period, but it was bittersweet. I feel like some people thrived, other people didn't. It was a sad time, but it was also.
Thrived how?
I think, like, for example, there was a lot of, businesses, a lot of people became entrepreneurs in this time, and, like, people were able to actually do things that they didn't necessarily have the time to do, but they were forced to have that time. So they were able to do those things.
But all right, I feel like everyone remembers lockdown so differently. It depends. Because for me,
I was living life normally.
true,
I'll be real.
true, I'm not gonna lie,
There
true,
was no
but
lockdown for me. You can't hold me down.
obviously I was teaching, so for me, work didn't stop. At the beginning, work didn't stop. We were kind of still going through the motions. Yeah, there was a period of time when things were closed, but there was a period where some kids were going to school. So like year sixes, for example, still had to go to school to learn about their SATs. You had nursery, reception, children with special needs. I feel like, I don't know, COVID was it was bittersweet. It's one of those moments where, yeah, you might have had time to do other things, but only for certain people. And it's I feel like only if you had a plan beforehand, it kind of gave you that moment to kind of put it into place, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But some people can get lucky. I'm guessing that you can just decide, oh, I'm gonna do something and then put it out there. Like Swarms in his lives. I feel like he didn't plan that. I feel like that was just something he thought, you know what? Let me go and do that. Tory Lanez in his
Are
lives
we
as
saying
well.
free Tory?
Huh?
Is it a free Tory? I'm not gonna lie, we miss Tory and his music. If you
Well,
don't-
he just dropped the tape from the jailhouse, fresh from the jailhouse.
I mean, I
Hey,
ain't
bangs.
digested that, but we do miss Tory's music when he was outside.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the Americans because did he do it?
So we get to
But-
the Americans.
But did he do it?
I
But,
think there was a lot going on. I think we should just touch base on it
okay.
quickly because this is still he was doing his lives. That was lit.
True.
He was doing his shot clocks. Like, do you know what I'm saying? This is when he was still outside. So, but there was still
was
a
picking up
conversation going on of did he do it, and is she lying?
Was that since then? It was since then, wasn't it? Oh my days.
Yeah. So he was still outside, but
Oh my days.
the
Everyone was
conversation
still
was
like,
still
what
being
happened?
had.
Did he do it? Yeah, what happened? I'm not gonna lie, with that whole thing there, I don't know how. You know what I hate the most? American news always takes over the news in the UK.
Everything is so scripted though, like literally, like everyone, it's a big umbrella network. I don't care. The government can't find me.
What do you mean? You got you 4K.
Yeah, but
You got you in 4K. They're definitely gonna know.
listen, we're gonna get into a lot of topics here.
True.
But the main point being is that everything is scripted, and then obviously we are obviously
think they played
told
us?
what that what okay, pause. They want us to know exactly what they're scripted to tell us, right? And that is exactly what we get, unless you are someone that is a person that is like, I wouldn't say is like a, what's the word, a conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorist. Tinfoil hat wearer. I wear my tinfoil hat.
I think there's a level to it, and there's like a slither of truth in some of these stories, not all the time.
Before you continue, I'm gonna picture a conspiracy. So the conspiracy right now is that in the vaccines, some of them
Okay,
are
yeah,
going to
cool.
give certain people superpowers.
Perfect example
What
is
are you
this.
saying?
But on the topic of COVID-19, why is it that you need to get a vaccination, but COVID disappears by itself? You could quarantine in a house by yourself.
No,
for a week
wait,
or
no,
two,
wait.
Pause. Some
No, let's
cases,
not tell them the wrong thing. It don't
pause.
disappear. It don't
No,
just
no, no,
disappear.
no, 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 no. First of all, I've never, by the grace of God, I've never caught COVID.
I think I had it at the beginning, before it dropped.
Right? And
I think
I've
I got
never
the pre-release.
caught COVID. I think that was the.
I think I had
whatever
early
pre-release.
access. Yeah, I had the early
Before,
access.
I had travelled beforehand, and before I travelled in a different country, I was very sick, but I wasn't COVID because I still could eat.
Everyone keeps saying that I had the same thing. I feel like we got the
But
early
I could still eat,
access.
but I always used to get travel sick though, so that wasn't any different to me. But when I came back, there was then this whole COVID thing that started to be like a thing slowly, and then it came a big thing surely. But with some cases, right, you go, you have COVID, you apparently have it, right, you take a test, and then you total quarantine. You're quarantining for maybe, let's say, 10 days, 2 days, whatever. So people are still trying to work during these periods of COVID as well.
Yeah.
But they're quarantining just by isolation. Isolation alone
tough.
has allowed people to recover within a matter of days, let's say minimum a week, let's just say,
I know some
so
people
to
just
speak,
take like
right?
antibiotics and
And
stuff
then
like
they're
that. Yeah.
fine. They're recovering just fine. But that is just with self-isolation and home remedies, drinking tea, taking certain, anti whatever, like, antibiotics and da-da-da-da to make yourself feel good, right? Like home remedies and whatever. But in that case, you're still recovering,
First.
right? And you're good. But then there's the extreme level of 1, 2, 3 vaccinations that is being forced upon
The first
how
one, the
many
boosters.
people, boosters and all of that stuff, right? On a community of people that is a disease, whatever, that is pretty much almost non-existent at this point. We don't hear it that much. Obviously, it's still going around.
Yeah, it's still about, but you don't. It's not as important. It's
As
not
bad as it was, right?
True.
So now, what is that agenda about? Because it's like,
I think it was they want to see how far they could push people before people start saying, right, yeah, we're not having it. Yeah.
And then you have, let's say, your elders, right? I have, maybe people that are scared for their health, right? In terms of the elderly community.
But that wasn't even the majority. People were just buying all the toilet paper. I wanted to know what that logic was.
Scarce.
What do you mean resources? Just toilet paper. It was just toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
I wanted to know what that logic was. I don't know why people thought, you know what? Just everyone just buy all the toilet paper. I feel like people, yeah.
That was the thing. That was the thing.
What do you mean? Yeah, it was. In all the shops, Tesco, Sainsbury's, no one had toilet paper.
Oh, and it's the thing of wearing the
Yeah,
mask.
people, even on the news was people are stockpiling toilet paper.
Was you a mask wearer?
What is that?
Was you wearing a mask?
A mask? No? Actually, yeah, I had a Gucci scarf. I banged that.
A Gucci scarf.
That was my mask. I'm not gonna lie.
I
just put a
almost
Gucci scarf
okay.
on
This
and
is
that's
how
it.
I know. Like, I never took COVID seriously. I mean, there's people that have died from it. So apart from that, like, apologies and God rest those people. But at the end of the day, I never took it seriously to the point where I treated life differently because I did it. If it's my time, it's my time. But it was never my time, and I never experienced COVID, never been in contact with it. So I was great, and I was still living my life amazingly. But that being said, why did I continue about the COVID thing. I had a point. My point is gone.
No, that was just waste. This is why the outside, but you know what? We'll continue.
I got distracted.
No, you're talking about COVID and why I was taken so seriously. Like, why did they blow it out of proportion? Like, why was like all of a sudden it's disappeared now, but before it was they made it seem like if they don't deal with COVID, it's gonna be the end of the world. Which me personally,
Yeah.
I thought that was also kind of mad. Like, you're saying.
That was my point. Like, it's just the elderly community. Obviously, they felt the need, like, I have to get this to protect myself, and
But it
that's
started killing them as well.
yeah, and then it puts their health at risk
You put allegedly on there.
differently. Do you know what I mean? In some cases, obviously not all cases, but obviously in certain cases, it's just very interesting to see how the narrative of this whole COVID thing played out. And obviously, I just think going forward, it's like, what are they up to next? You know, because there's always something, right? And then we're always being told,
What's going on now?
okay, look, this is the way life works. There's something that always happens behind the scenes, but then there's like distraction in the main show.
smoke screen.
The smoke screen, right? To keep us focused on what's that. So right now, what's happening, the politics is happening right now, right?
It's not really politics. It's just
But who's going to be the fucking president? Because that's what's happening right now.
nah. But see, this is what I mean. I feel like what happens in America, yeah, it does affect us, but it doesn't really affect us
Everything
like it does.
affects everything.
No, wait. It doesn't affect us like it affects the rest of the world. Like, if you think about it,
No, it doesn't.
no, in the UK, we're privileged. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though the rest of the world is kind of mad, here, look at what we're actually complaining about. Like, right now, people are rioting against the people that they're rioting for. They want the police, for example, right now. There's riots going on. Yes, I understand. People believe that the police aren't doing their jobs. In our community, we would understand that. But the people that are complaining about it right now are also complaining that the police aren't doing enough. But now that the police are doing enough, they're saying, no, you're doing it to the wrong people, even though they're doing the same thing.
Are they doing enough?
What, police? Are they doing enough?
Where?
Nowhere. I mean, police is like, it's a flawed system. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't work. But here, they're doing the most to the protesters. They're doing the most to the protesters that basically the British community that are unhappy with what's going on with the Islamification of the UK. I don't believe in the Islamification. I just feel like the UK has got to a point where it's accepted. You know what? We're multicultural. It is what it is. We've mixed with so many different countries where we can't go back. We just have to accept everyone's culture. And yeah, culture has its good and its bad. You know what I mean? Like, look, for example, our culture. Like, I'm going to pose a question to you, yeah? From 2016 up until now, drill music, is it a benefit or is it a detriment to our community?
I think it is how you view it. I think it has become glorified where it shouldn't be the case. I think everyone has a right to express their art based on their life experiences because there is truth to drill. And not to say that there should be continued truth to it. I think that you express your experiences and you become artistic about it.
Could you pause right there?
Yeah.
Now, you see with that whole, it's become realistic thing now, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that not dry snitching?
It's okay, cool, yeah.
Is it not dry
100%, like,
So then, wait, hold on. So then, my thing is this, right? The streets was never meant to be,
a snitching ground.
not even that, a woman's game.
It's-
A woman's game,
streets-
because the streets, there's no honor amongst thieves. I don't know how all of a sudden, I feel like with the generation after the 90s, when it all of a sudden became mainstream and cool to be just doing badness, before everyone knows the streets are treacherous. From all the people I know, everyone's always said streets are treacherous. You don't really want to be out here. If you're out here, just understand it could be bad. Rain. It could be bad for anyone. So, in my opinion, I feel like right now with people trying to attach some sort of honor to being out here, I don't feel like that's fair and I don't feel like that's necessary. I feel like it's made it almost acceptable for the kids to be out here. But now go on.
I think it's like, what are you in it for? End of the day, a lot of people.
Is there anything to be in it for though? Like deep it.
Someone that is in the game, let's say you've been in the game, right? But your interpretation of being in the game is you're trying to get something out of it, right? And that initially is how it starts, and then people get stuck in the source or stuck in the hustle or the struggle, right?
They love the game.
Right? But then there's other people that actually see, like, for example, my perfect example is Nines. Like, look at Nines. Like, do you get it?
Okay. You know what? your example's gonna be Nines, mine's gonna be K-Trap. I wanna give a comparison.
Nines, yeah, been in the game. He does music as well. He's done his thing, do you get it? But actively had a plan. But the streets kept calling him. Do you get it? Streets probably still calling him, but he's elevated to a point where he doesn't need the streets. Do you understand? But that's the case. People feel like they need what they find comfort in, right? And they find comfort in whatever they set up in the game, yeah? Until you see that level of elevation that is that next step for you. Like, for example, cool, I could be Nines and I'm in the game making my moves, but actively I know that I'm talented. I'm a rapper, which I am, big brr, right? So therefore, I can bust off this thing differently. So therefore, when I do, right, I can present different opportunities that's not going to allow me to even turn back around. But now, if I don't have those opportunities, it's very easy for me to turn back around. I think had Nines not had those opportunities in music, he would definitely be still making what he was rich before he even like touched music. Do you understand? So,
yeah, but then see now, all right, now going back to that, right? So then, initially, the only reason why all of these youths are out here is because they see all of the glorification and how the streets is made to look. That apparently it's going to give you something. It is. Wait, hold on, wait, it is. But then I feel like not even don't get caught up in it. I feel like it's okay. I feel like don't get to a point where you're now starting to make it seem as if right, this is all I'm gonna do for life. Like, all right, I understand. I'm gonna be real with this one. I understand that, cool. You might have gone jail for like 20 years. Cool. 15 to 35, and now you want to come out and start rapping. I understand. Right. You might have written the coldest bars of those 20 years, but they better be the coldest bars within those 20 years. Don't expect to come out and expect everyone to take you the same way they will take someone who's younger doing the same thing, because it doesn't make sense. Because really and truly, by that point, you should have reached a point where your bars would have evolved. Like K-Trap, for example. At the beginning, everyone knows how K-Trap came in. 222 in the Q, 63 grams, and a Pyrex bowl. That was him. After, let's say now, you're hearing him make Afrobeats. He's out here with pop artists like Ray. Right. He's transitioned. He's out here Fashion Week. Yeah. He's not really, yes, he might give you 1 or 2 bangers for the streets. So what can I say? You know what I mean? You can take the ninja out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the ninja. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's kind of like you have to be able to transition. This can't be 100%. It, because that's what these youths.
That is why.
My apologies. Why these kids nowadays? That's why I feel like with how drill has gone on for so long, it looks like it makes it seem that this is what you need to be doing for life.
No, it depends on your mentality. You can be.
And does that make it a benefit or a detriment?
I think it did. Like I said, it depends on how you view it. I think it's a detriment if you glorify anything. It's a detriment, right? I think if you come to a point where you look at something and then you can be inspired by it based on, relating to something, not in terms of, okay, like we know like drilling music is about obviously being in the game, right? But not in terms of me like, okay, saying like, cool, now that's what I want to do, or based on, do you know what, yeah, I hear that, like, been through that kind of thing. I hear that kind of thing. So in terms of, I might not be in the game right now, but that moment, just in terms of reflecting, that would just take me back to that moment where I thought about those times and I recognize a shift and a growth from within myself. So sometimes music is just like, a timestamp, like raw, like that song reminds me of that time and, etc. But obviously I'm here now and I'm thinking and I'm living differently. And then you could be inspired to maybe write about an experience that you had, but not necessarily where we're glorifying, negative things. Like, I think there's ways about, a hustle and about the game in terms of the hustle part of the game that is actually beneficial, where you're building characteristics, where there's different levels of the game where it's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? Like you meet people, like you have real conversations, like, you know what I'm saying? You have real like life experiences. And then that's when you actually find out who's ride or die. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like who's there for you, who's not there for you. And then that's when you find out like, raw, like I gotta be there for myself, And this is where I fuck with Pot of Paper so hard when he says, I'm a G on my own. Do you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. See, but that's what I mean. See, like music like that, like even Pot of Paper, yeah, he might be out here talking about this and this and that, but at the same time, he's also saying that, you know what, it's not all that it seems. So when I say this, bear in mind, I'm not saying that no one should do drill music. That's not what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's a form of art and expression. You're able to express yourself however you like, but you shouldn't then make it seem as if this is what everyone should be doing, because that's how it looked. From 2016 all the way up until 2020, everyone wanted to do drill music.
I
Everyone.
think there was a time where it was definitely
Well, not even
pushed
2016, like
a lot.
2020 to like.
There was a lot of, it's like when you have different people coming up at the same time and they're all in the same genre of music, there
Not
is
everyone.
a competition.
Not everyone was in the same genre.
Yeah, but it's in terms of what, like,
It almost by the way, what I mean is they almost what I'm sorry, I wasn't cutting you off. I wasn't.
He was cutting me off, and he
I
took
wasn't.
it. So
I
now,
was
in terms of that time frame, right, of music, that was what was popping at the time. That was what was being pushed.
Right.
And I feel like as different artists at that time were coming up, definitely there was like a competition of like, okay, like who's better than who, and then who's got better bars and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about, though.
But I mean, should Drake have got involved?
Who, Drake?
Should Drake have got involved? Was he being the culture vulture?
Has always been, but in Canada they talk like us sometimes. They talk like
You're
Canadian.
cheesing me, dog.
They talk
You're cheesing
like
me, dog. Don't cheese me, dog.
Like a mixture of like Caribbean, like
I'm not
English
making fun
kind
of
twang.
the Sixer, by the way, but don't cheese me, dog.
More tunes for your head top, eh? But anyway, so yeah, I think that was a vibe. Like, I think it's good to see other people get involved with the UK, because we're always getting called bad vibes. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not born in the UK, and I love that about me. But
Look, you see, this is why people out here writing, see these foreigners.
but I love the UK. Don't
Nah, I'm joking.
I just love
There
the
you
fact
go.
that I wasn't born here. But the point being,
It makes you feel multicultural, doesn't it? Actually, no, it doesn't. It doesn't make you feel.
like,
It makes you
I have to be
multicultural.
different. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I can't be like everybody else.
No, you have to be. You are.
And no, I have to be different. I am different. I know I'm different, all that. But my point being is like, knowing that for sure, it's like you have to then think otherwise, like about different stuff. Like, I think when you get so stuck on the context of the UK and what that's about, I think that's just too much. Like, and then you get called bad vibes, trash stuff, and whatnot.
Do you feel like the UK is a place where you can't enjoy yourself? I feel like it's who you surround yourself with. I feel like, for example, I give people an example. I've been gone for a long time. I saw the guys for the first time yesterday in so long. Even though I've been gone for a minute, like a minute, these are the guys I went to school with. We literally grown up together, like, and we're still like this. You know what I mean? Those are still my guys, no matter what. If they needed me, I'd be there, and if I need them, they're always there. Just like yesterday, and just seeing them, I don't care. I could have been on an island stranded with them, man. But in that moment felt like a forever. Do you know what I mean? It felt like a forever moment. I can't believe they're gonna hear that. But yeah, it felt like a forever moment. You know what a forever moment is? It's like a moment that you'll remember forever. Like, and whenever you think about that moment, that feeling, no matter how you're feeling, you'll always have that same feeling that you had in that moment.
Yeah, and those are the iconic moments of life. That's why you need to have real life moments. And sometimes you go through shit, and in that moment, it's like, oh shit. But who you surround yourself and who you are in that moment definitely counts.
Level. You're not. Oh, your juice. Why didn't you just ask? Why do you just ask?
Because
You see women. You see these independent women. In fact, you know what?
let me just find out.
She's gone away. She's gone away from the mic. You've gone. Now you've got to say that.
I do my hair myself. Okay, so my money, I do my nails. I did my hair myself. I bought this outfit with my money that I work hard for, because I don't need a man for anything, unless he's going to obviously get me a ring and, give me children. Of course, I need a man for that. But, other than that, women, have your own money. And then
everyone,
his money is just, it's just a bonus, but have your own money.
I don't. You see, this is what feminism has done. This is what feminism has done to the world. In fact, you know what? I want to ask you that question. I'm not saying feminism is bad, by the way. I'm a feminist. I am actually a feminist. I'm a neo-feminist. Do you feel like feminism has done good for the world or done bad? I'll give you an example, right? Social media. I feel like social media in itself is like a China doll. It's got bare layers to it. No matter how, it's like a China doll. You just keep
And what analogies? Why? China doll. Why China doll?
because that's what it is. And I feel like feminism has now become that exact same channel. I feel like now it's become a place where women can go into it and pick what they like from it, and that will justify their actions. OnlyFans, in my eyes, I don't care who it is. I feel like number one, it is the P. That's right. You're pushing P, most definitely.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I also believe that it's not liberating. I feel like it's a form of extortion, and I feel like it's now been given a backbone by
Definitely by
feminists,
social media.
not just social media, but social media feminists. That's right, social media feminists. They wouldn't be
As
out.
a woman
They ain't
that is on
suffragettes.
social media, I think that you should work hard for your money. First of all, how you do that is your business. I don't condone nor will I promote pushing P unless it's P for peace, you know what I'm saying? Or profit, period. But other than that, no. I think there's ways to go around it. I think people definitely are smart, but obviously through the lens of it, it's obviously can be soft P, and I don't really, you know, on a normal basis, you know, as a attractive person,
It's pushing P, guys. Let's not even sugarcoat it.
I'm not sugarcoating it. I've just said that I don't condone pushing P, but I said there's ways around it because you don't know what content is being put out there. I could be a pole dancer and then I'm teaching private classes on my OnlyFans, right? And no, it's not pushing P because at the end of the day, I could do it right there and that's me renting a space. But instead, I've just recorded it online as well. So that's just a business, and obviously I'm pretty sure someone has done that.
I'm strictly
Do you know
talking
what I mean?
about the
No, but this is
body selling.
I'm not talking about that though. We're talking about the platform and what's on there, and that a lot of things are on there. And
Okay,
then I'm
first,
talking
first,
about
first.
the business actor
My
aspect
bad,
of it.
I'm being prejudiced. My bad.
Now, see, this is where you're being
I just
prejudiced. And
firstly,
you're being sexist. You're just-
wow. See feminist.
everything.
She see feminist. You see feminist. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
being
Not fair. It's fair. No, you're right. You're right.
And I'm
my bad,
being
my bad.
non-biased to the people that actually are just going on there for a coin. Not everyone is on there. Some people are on there just to be bad bees because they love being bad bees, right? Some people are on there because they see an opportunity to get money.
What
right?
does that even mean?
Like, for
Hold
example,
on.
cool.
Hold on. What does that even mean?
Okay, cool. Like, for example, we know what being a bad bee is, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
you go
not a
on
good
there.
thing.
I'm
hold on.
not saying that it's a good thing,
That's either way,
right?
that's
I'm
still
talking
pushing.
about the different characters on here. We're talking about everybody, right? So I'm saying there's bad bees on there. They do what they do, and those are the people that are pushing P that we're not condoning, right? And obviously they're getting a bag for what they're doing. That's their business. The second type of people that I'm talking about are people that see business opportunities on there in terms of them doing whatever they're doing, making money, right? Where they're selling their content without actually having people just look at it for free. They're having their content being paid for people to view it. It doesn't matter what it is, but you have to pay for it to view it anyway. So that's the point. So either way, they're getting their money that way. And then, for example, what Bad Baby, she just turned 18 and then she's there on OnlyFans. She made almost 50 million.
We know those PDF
right?
files are waiting.
Okay,
we know
cool.
the PDF files are waiting.
We already know she's been wanting to pop her shit, right?
And the PDF files are waiting.
She's been wanting to pop her shit. And you know what? I ain't got 50 M's, but she does. So good for her.
At what cost though?
But
At what
the
cost?
cost of that is that she wasn't, as far as I'm aware, she wasn't there having sex on there. Do you get it?
Does
She
it
was
matter,
there
though?
walking around in lingerie, which she does on Instagram anyway.
Okay, all right. You know what? Yeah, you know. Then before you even continue,
As a celebrity, you do those things anyway. You get paid to do those things anyway. So for her, she's gone on OnlyFans, like all of these other celebrities decided to do. Like, for example, rest in peace Enchanting. Enchanting was doing OnlyFans content as well, right? Because maybe this rap thing is not paying
Shout out Charleston White, but
off in certain industries when you're signed maybe to certain people. You don't get the bag that you think you're gonna get, right?
But it's not even. Oh, you know, wait. Before you even continue that, even if you look at Enchanting, because listen, that was my darling, man. Even though she probably didn't know I existed, and now she knew I existed. All right, I drop a little emoji here or there. God rest her soul. But we all know that I even feel bad talking on it, but how much music did we actually see her posting? Let's be real, because everyone's always talking about this, and even Charleston White was talking
I
about this
was
as well.
thinking for a minute. I wanted to think, like, I wanted to
Like we didn't see her. Her
see
main thing
more
wasn't.
of a musical side, like, going on. Obviously, I definitely was invested in that part anyway, and that was the only part I really was interested in. I did have her, obviously, following her on Instagram and stuff like that, and I just felt like there was just a shift of energy and maybe focus. I felt like there was a lot of promotion of OnlyFans, just because.
That was all that was being promoted. Like, to one point you couldn't even check in for music no more. I'm not gonna lie. It got to a point where you're like, Rav, there's nothing else. And you know what? I can't even say
And
that,
I don't
but
know. It's sad because I don't want to really talk on her like that in this light. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just but just point being, the rap game in terms of maybe being signed is not probably the best thing in terms of
And
how
what-
you get your bag.
and what our culture propagates. I feel like with what our culture was propagating at that time, there was only two brackets that, unfortunately, there was only two brackets that she could fit in with her with her character. Number one, or the way a label would push an artist, such as it would either be with hypersexualization or she'd have to go in with that overly hard thing, you know what I mean?
I think
Where
maybe
she becomes
didn't
maddening,
get
but you
the way
don't.
I think
Yeah.
maybe she didn't get to express herself musically the way she wanted to through her label, and probably that was the case, and that's probably the case in most cases. And obviously, RIP Big Scar too. I think it's very strange how two people from their label died, and they were best friends.
It's not just two. It's not just two. We all know how that label in itself. You know what? Shout out Gooch. I ain't gonna do it like that. I ain't gonna do it like that. But at the same time, because at the end of the day, we all know that these artists are responsible for themselves. But as a label and as a manager, I feel like, and as for our own culture, I feel like we don't take enough care of our creatives and our art. I feel like we kind of let people do whatever they like of it, which is why I'm saying the whole drill thing. I feel like even though, yeah, drill was a good thing because, yeah, it allowed the man to express themselves. But at the same time, now we've got pop artists doing it too. So what is it? Is it a way for you to express yourself so that you can find a way to make it? Wait, hold on, wait, let me like.
Because you like to cut me off.
She definitely cut me off every single time, but you know what?
It's like anything that is good and successful and black, right? They just come and they see and they thought, you know what? Let me just take a little bit of this and let's capitalize off of it. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the case, like most things anyway. So I think it's just a bit of that, and seeing how far can we milk this thing and get some money out of it until it becomes dead, because obviously it's the popping thing right now, and then something else becomes popping.
But until it becomes dead, fair enough. But people are dying. Like, I think it's not just affecting a small group, a small demographic. It's affecting everyone. Because if you think about it now, right now, the London that we know, if you're looking at London, knife crime has been going up every single year to the point where now we have people like Faz Amnesty, Respect, and so many other street fathers. We have so many people now taking it into their own hands for them to go and, I guess, protect our youth. But I feel like we as a people don't help ourselves, because not only do we allow ourselves to be attacked from the back within our communities by legislation, governments, and how everything is set up, but also we allow ourselves to be attacked through our culture, which is wild. Because we don't allow our culture to benefit us. Because if you think about it, look at I don't want to label, but Snow Bunnies. They got country music, they got pop music, which they are the majority in, and so many other things. We used to have slow jams.
Yeah,
We used to have. Yeah, you see, well, this is what I mean. No, wait, hold on. This is the thing that kills us.
Have that conversation.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Everyone has a bit of everything. Like, every culture has their input in every genre.
But it's
right?
not that. But it's
so
not.
if you want to talk about it, who dominates it, then we talk about of a history of time. Like, it was dominated in this culture a bit more, and then it got taken over in this culture a bit more. Right.
So
then how about there's still the rise of the black country artists right now, where we're actually putting the foot back on the map to say originally this thing was actually ours, but it's okay. There is something that is music is a universal thing. It's a universal language. Everyone can enjoy it. It brings everybody together, and that's the point. So I think that is the main thing that needs to be addressed.
Can I go now? Can I go now? Because no, all my days.
I don't want him to speak.
Oh my
No.
You see, that's why your head's big. But so what I was, you know what? We'll see. I didn't even zoom in so I can show you guys the proportions and the dimensions. But
I know you see this forehead shining.
oh my days, I'm always shining.
You make
You know what I mean?
Yes, you are shiny.
You know, it's cool. It's cool. Don't be out here polishing. I cannot. You know what? It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I can't believe this. But what I was going to say is, I feel like even though we may have started, why is it always a case of we always talk about, yeah, but we were there first. We were there first, but we're not there first now. Like, it's not our culture anymore. It's always, oh yeah, but we started it. Okay, we started it, but then what happened? No one's ever able to answer that question. If you look at, not even that, if you just look at everything that's about us culturally, it's always, yeah, we started it. Okay, we started it, but where are we in it now? We're never there. Why are we always losing? Why is it always a case of we start it and then we lose it to someone else?
Everything's a divine start.
No, but I feel like we allow ourselves to be set up because we don't.
There's a thing.
Because not everyone gets set up. There's some people that make it. And then we call them sellouts. Are they really sellouts? Do you see?
Sometimes you just have to take action.
You see feminism.
Sometimes when you feel like you want to slap a motherfucker, just slap them.
Oh my God.
Because you can't just anyone just.
Now, if I said that,
to take the bait.
if I said that, if I, now if I decided to stand on business, we'd be having a problem. They'd be like, oh, you can't be putting your hands on a woman. Well, I believe in equal rights.
If you choose to stand on business in that way, that means you don't have.
So why does she get to stand up? Why do they? I'm not even gonna say she's in the they category. I'm gonna put her in there with all of the politicians, all the rest of these. Like, yeah, that's right. Why do they get to stand on business like that? How about this, men? I'm a menemist. She ain't even got the mic. The mic's over here. You're gonna have to come back. You're gonna have to come back. But no, seriously, I don't. That's the second fashion show you've given them. This is why we should have been inside the studio. It's a good beat. She still hasn't got the mic, but she's just out there, she's just talking.
When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good. And you know what? I'm feeling and looking great. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Don't worry, we're gonna go deeper into this. I want an episode like this to be like a whole
what was he talking about?
Just about the music. Is it good for us or not?
Okay. Yeah, so he was basically saying that he was saying as black people in a society, we would say we started something, but where are we in it now today? So in terms of country music, where are we in it now today? We have the upcoming artists coming through. They're making their scene. They're making, it known. They're putting their foot on the map. And they're making it known that we're here. We do this thing. We're talented. We're great at it. And that's my answer for country music. In terms of hip-hop, we're always dominating hip-hop. We've never left hip-hop. Hip-hop has always been our thing. It will always be our thing. And like I said, music is a universal language. Right? And that's why I'm giving my opinion, because I let you speak. So anyway, I was saying music is a universal language. So therefore, it brings us all together. But regardless of who might have been dominating what industry in what time frame, we always kept our foot in the game. Big Rose, big brr. No makeup, no filter, 4K, 2024. That's what's up. I feel like we're almost wrapping up, but
You done?
Are you done?
No, I didn't even get to finish.
Oh. See, sometimes as a woman, you have to know when it's your time to shine and just keep shining. Don't let no one dim your light.
I was not.
Ever.
I love her.
Ever.
I love her.
Okay?
Like granddad. I am granddad.
He is the uncle granddad.
Uncle granddad. No, you as well.
Yes.
You know what? The next person to call me uncle granddad, we're gonna have a problem. I'm not an uncle.
See, doesn't he just sound like one?
Listen, you know what's cool? It was cool. The next person to call me uncle granddad, we're gonna be having problems. What I'm saying is true. Everyone knows this, but we can't accept it because it's our culture. I'm gonna say it like that. Number one, even if it is your culture, if it's of a detriment to you, you've got to let it go. Sometimes, if it's dead weight, it's dead weight. Think of it like this.
Like his forehead.
Like Harriet Tubman said, some of them ain't gonna make it. You gotta leave them behind. That's what. Shout out to my guy Charleston White. Oh, do you know what? Before we finish, did he do it?
Tory.
I mean, we've been knowing he did it.
Who, Tory?
Yeah, him too. But did he?
Who, did he?
Yeah, did he do it?
Did he been doing stuff?
Amen. So then,
Listen.
do you escape?
The streets will tell you that.
Nah.
All them, even...
I ain't finished yet. I ain't finished yet. See what I mean? Once again, cutting me off again. I cannot believe it. See, feminism. This is what... Let me not start before they get onto me in the comments. I love feminists. I'm a feminist, by the way. But, Diddy, Epstein...
He a lesbian.
Hey, shout out the LGBT.
Just kidding.
Shout out the LGBTQAI plus community, yeah? Alright?
But I'm a Christian.
Shout out the LGBTQAI plus, alright? Please like and subscribe too, okay? No, not this one. Not this one. Yeah, Diddy, Epstein, and all of them, man. And moving mad. We'll get into that. Well, this is just a comeback episode. I know she's got so much more to say, but
Oh, I got time.
so now do you want to do something else? She's not getting it. But I think that they've been doing this. R. Kelly was the scapegoat. Was he out here moving mad? We know he was moving mad, but he wasn't doing it by himself. And I feel like they're using
This. Back in the days when we was in school, we all heard about it.
yeah.
They didn't lock him up then.
True. But they locked him
Where
up
was
now.
this girl's parents?
They dropped him off. But what happens is we know that once again we allow our culture to just get taken over, and then we end up having that same conversation. What happened? Why are we not in a position where we want to be? And that's because we let people like Diddy and so many more take advantage of it and drag things on that don't need to be. And me personally,
Like, where's Tupac?
benefit or detriment, drill music. It's going to be a large episode as well. Just something I want to touch on early. Mental health and
If
all
he's
of that
still in
good stuff.
Cuba,
So now
does he still look the same?
So now she decided to start cutting me off. See? But it's cool. I am not going to allow her to rattle me. All right.
Or did he really get done?
Spin your host, MDS.
Big rolls.
Make sure to thank someone with a smile. See you again. Creative Conversations. Yeah, buddy. You know, ending. I've been practicing that for a minute. Don't be laughing at my ending. Don't be laughing at my ending. Is sensational.
What happened to Tupac?